This is nice. Hold on, everyone. Let me make sure that my mic levels are good. I can see my mic is moving on OBS. That's moving fine. Connection is good. That's fine as well. Just want to make sure everything is moving smoothly for everybody. Yo, peoples. Welcome to yet another. I feel strangely calm right now. Like, I know I'm supposed to be really excited for this chapter because today marks the countdown towards the 1000th chapter of One Piece. We are literally 10 chapters away, ladies and gentlemen. Remember back when I was saying, wow, we're 100 chapters away. Then I said we're 50 chapters away. Then I said we were 20 chapters away. Now we've gotten to the point where we are literally 10 Sundays away from being at 1000 chapters of One Piece. And for me to be able to do these reactions for you guys all these years leading up to this moment, I'm looking forward to it. But let's get those formalities out of the way. How is everybody doing today? Good to see you, Collegio. Good to see you, Karma. Good to see you, D-Train. It is, I don't know why, but I just feel like a ginormous sense of calm today. Like, me doing this is just so relaxing. Like, you guys don't even know when I'm doing this, talking to you guys, even though I don't know any of you personally, except for Brandon and Chris. I feel so calm and at peace and comfortable when I do this. It's just, I know I kind of talk about this sometimes, but I love doing this. I love doing this. I look forward to this. When I make these thumbnails and schedule streams for you guys, it is literally my heart's desire to entertain you. Blixer Stewie, what's going on? Hopefully I said your name right. I didn't see an I, so I just kind of guesstimated. But I feel a sense of pride and accomplishment whenever I do these for you guys. It's an honor. I love it. I'm glad I found what I'm good at. The key to life is the moment you're born and the moment you find out why. And I love the fact that I know what my talents are, which is entertaining people. It's always has been. Like, from my stance as a musician to when I draw or whenever I do this is where I excel to the top of my game, so to speak. Sorry if I'm doing a little spill. I'm just padding out for time as I wait for this chapter to update on this page. And it's here. But I just want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming over to my channel. If you're here for the first time, I really do hope you enjoy yourselves while you're here. And if you happen to like what you see here at the end, I'm not asking you here in the middle because it makes no sense for me to ask you to, join up on the channel and you've barely seen anything. It doesn't make any sense for me to ask you that near the beginning or the middle. But if you enjoy what you see here at the end, near the end, then we're more than happy to welcome you into our continuum as you become a citizen here. Is what's been known as. But we're not here for me to get up on a giant soapbox. We are here for One Piece. And the chapter is here. Chapter 990. Army of One. Let's go ahead and get started. Gang Beige, Oh My Family, Volume 34. Hang on tight. Mama told us our father is a clingy man who never gives up, no matter how many times he's kicked. So, and both Lola and Chiffon have tears in their eyes as they finally realize that Pound is their father, because Big Mom described him as such, a clingy man who never gives up no matter how many times he's kicked. So that means that he may be the only father of one of the Charlotte kids in the Big Mom's crew that has actually persevered and stayed alive. He never gives up. Whereas everyone else has been executed and hunted down, Pound never gave up. That's a dad right there. All for the sake of his two twin daughters. And both you got Gotti in the background. You got Pez and Capone helping out Chiffon as they pole pound on board. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Kyoshiro! We're so sorry, Master Sasaki. Oh, Sasaki's free. Kyoshiro! We're so sorry, Master Sasaki. We didn't realize you were captured. I'm a fool. I was tricked by a friend. Did Big Mom do all of this? I kind of need to change up his voice a little bit so it doesn't sound too much like Blackbeard's. At least the voice I give him for Blackbeard's. Did Big Mom do all of this? Yes, and there was a big battle in the dome, and what kind of power sends that all the way outside? On the other hand, it did knock over the sacred tree so I could escape. Wow. Okay, so when Big Mom used Ikoku's sovereignty, she, in the process, cut up the tree that Sasaki was chained up to and freed him. So Sasaki's out there and about. So we still have Sasaki, and we still have Who's Who out there, and pretty much Black Maria. We still got a lot of the Tobi Roppo out there right now, unaccounted for, but we'll get to it. Turns out Kyoshiro was one of Odin's vassals in disguise. Now, I don't care about the history of Wano, but the price for betraying me will be steep indeed. What the heck? Where did you come from, little gnat? My room clean. What you doing in here? Don't be interrupting my stream. I'll kill you. I'll kill you on screen. Now, I don't care about the history of Wano, but the price for betraying me will be steep indeed. Huh? What's with all that noise up above? Ah, that's Master Kaido, sir. Right, because the Minx and Kaido and his crew are facing off against one another, and it just shows Kaido in this other panel as they stare down the Minx who are charging them in their Sulong forms. And it shows the Sulong Minx just electrifying all the beast pirates in their way. It's like the gifters aren't even gifters at all. They might as well just be regular humans in comparison to them right now. And then Jack goes mammoth, and he starts swiping at some of the Minx as well, and he's actually knocking them aside. And Kinemon is watching on. All of the Akazaya 9 are watching on. And then one of the Minx falls in front of him with a bloodied head, and Kinemon grabs his sword. Wait! This one's ours, Kinemon. And they tell him to stop. Oh! Nakamamushi Inorashi! It appears that they've looked at the moon because they got big old manes, but they are silhouetted and in shadow, so we can't see their full form just yet. Neko, Inu. And they both howl at the moon, and Jack looks over at them as all out of nowhere, two figures jump straight towards them. Performance, and then we're going to the next page. Performance stage inside the dome, because remember, King and Queen are going to be trying to keep Zoro and Luffy from getting up there. Even Hyogoro's down there. That's definitely all the prisoners from Udon. What happened at the evacuation camp? Straw Hat's totally leading them in a battle. Don't worry, I'm not going to blame you. You were worthless from the start. They really got no chill towards one another, do they? You could have stopped after the first part. Were they threatening Babanuki into saying that? No problems here. Because remember, Tama pretty much used her Devil Fruit ability to tame Babanuki, and in doing so, gain control of Udon by telling Queen that everything was okay. It doesn't sit right with me. Gotcha. Come in, Tobi Roppo. Oh, we got Drake and we got Hawkins! Onigashima's in chaos now. You didn't join this group by choice. If you're going to betray them, now's the time. You're urging me to turn traitor. Don't make me laugh. 1%. So they haven't answered the call yet. What does that represent? The chances of a certain man surviving until tomorrow. 1%. Sucks to be him. We all know who that certain man is. The one individual that Basil Hawkins could never get the chances of survival to go down to 0. They're talking about Luffy. 1%. Sucks to be him. Gotcha. Is that you, King? Listen up. As you know, the situation has changed. There are 5,000 intruders upon our feast for 30,000. This is the biggest disaster in the history of Onigashima, and it shows Sasaki, Who's Who, and Black Maria, who we haven't seen since she was cozying up to Kaido earlier on in these chapters. Our internal power struggle is on hold. Capturing Master Yamato will no longer earn you the right to challenge one of the lead performers.
What? Are you serious?
And this is Ulti hearing this. Of course, just look around you, sis. And there's page 1 as well, so we pretty much have all the Tobi Roppo in this chapter now.
Oh, Pepe! Yamato climbed up the wall to get away, so I was going to have you give me a piggyback ride.
No way.
Yes way!
Shut up, you little brats.
Who are you calling brats?
Kaido's up on the roof. The enemy's ascending the castle to get up there. You must use whatever you can to stop them. Don't underestimate them. Best of luck. Oh, and there's Who's Who. Hey, Drake. Now's a chance while everything's chaotic. Come with me. It's a bit too much for me alone. Where are you going? To kill the man I want to kill. We're going to Queen. Luffy seems like the obvious choice, but I hope it isn't him. I don't know anyone else who Basil Hawkins managed to get the survival rating to 0%. It's all... Luffy's the first one that came to mind because he's the first one that Basil Hawkins could not get that to, and the only person he's referenced in that way. So I'm thinking that they're talking about Luffy. We're going to Queen. Don't get me involved in your little squabble. You really want to lower your strength now? Having him around only drags us down. I don't like the sound of this. And then it goes to the performance floor as we see more of the numbers facing off against the samurai. Onward! Make sure the Straw Hats get through the castle! War cry in Japanese! Don't get ahead of yourselves, measly Yakuza and prisoners! Oh, there's the Oniwa Banshu. Looks like they're clashing. And then we see Fukuro Kuju, and he's not doing anything. He's just watching. He's just watching. We've got to get that big one out of the way. I've never seen such a large human being before. Let's get him! Topple him from the legs! And they both, and some of the samurai just start to go for the ankles, cutting into the ankles of the numbers. Straw Hats, we shall carve open a path into the castle for you. Yes, conserve your strength for now. And then one of the numbers looks down at one of the samurai, winds up with their kanabo, and before he can do anything, Zoro cuts it in half. Cuts the kanabo in half. Before the number can even swing it down, Zoro comes in and slices the top part of it off. So that weapon is basically useless now. Zoro Judo! Don't push it, you guys. Straw Hat? That thing's a monster. Ah! The club! And then, before the end of the club falls down on the samurai, Jinbei catches it with one hand. Fishman blocking. Fishman blocking. Jinbei just coming in, flexing. That was a close one. Whoa! If that's supposed to be like ours, then we once teamed up like this and just barely beat one of them before. But that was a long time ago. Things are different now. Give force! Yo! There it is again. Why, he looks just like a guardian deity. Look out! Here comes the other giant. Gum! Hey, what's the meaning of this? And Drake is on his knees with a bloodied head. What the heck happened between Who's Who joining up with Drake all the way up until now? Because he's right in front of Queen with Basil Hawkins. And he's bloodied. What happened? Hey, what's the meaning of this? That's what I'd like to know, Drake. Why don't you ask yourself?
Back in the Flower Capital, you let Trafalgar Law escape, didn't you? We had someone watching.
Oh, they knew.
I figured it couldn't be anyone but you. What is your purpose? Ha. Now I know who you wanted to kill.
It was you, trash!
It's an embarrassment that this guy was ever among our ranks.
What are you up to? Is it just you or a group? Who are you?
Hate to break it to you, but you'll have to kill me before I speak. This is it then. I can't talk my way out of this.
You sure? My torture can break a man's spirit. Yeah, Drake got jumped. Then there's an explosion all of a sudden.
What the? After Drake, he's an enemy!
Huh?
What should I do? Where do I run? Is there another way back to the Navy? No, that comes later. Out of the way, Juki! X? Or Diaz? Excalibur!
Oh! Yo! What the heck just happened? Excalibur! And Kong Gun! Somehow Drake... What? No, Drake took out one of the two numbers that were in the platform, in the performance floor. He took out one of them, while Luffy uses Kong Gun to take out the other. And they're both and everyone's just looking as these numbers just drop down.
If there's any hope left, trust me, Luffy's amazing. Yo! Kobe told Drake about Luffy! That's Drake from the Tobiropo, but why did he attack the giant? Straw Hat Luffy, for reason I cannot say now, I am an army of one. Please let me fight on your side.
Yo! Drake is joining the fight with the Straw Hats! Drake is joining the fight with the Straw Hats! What? Yo! Drake is joining the fight against Kaido! Oda! What are you doing, bruh?
Straw Hat Luffy, for reasons I cannot say now, I am an army of one. Please let me fight on your side. Huh?
Next chapter hits September 27th. Whew. Alright, so now I gotta take care of something, because for some odd reason I had an individual pop up in a comment on a video that had nothing to do with One Piece, and they were talking about this one moment, but I didn't understand what they were. So, yeah, I'm deleting that comment, because I will never understand why people will post spoilers like that. Now, here's the thing, I didn't know it was a spoiler. And I was wondering, like, there ain't no way. So, I went ahead and removed that comment because I really don't understand why people do that. But now that I see that it in fact was a spoiler, do people not realize that I don't read scans early? I don't read these chapters on Friday when it drops. I don't, because I wait to read it officially on the Viz site. Doesn't matter if what we get in scans is the same thing translated. I always wait until Sunday. So I'll never understand why people will ask me questions about things I don't know about chapters. And this has nothing to do with any of you guys in chat. I know exactly who this person is. And if you're watching this video, please don't ever do that again. This will be the only time that I say that. And I'm asking nicely. Yeah, I'll never understand why people will ask me questions about things I don't know about concerning chapters that I've yet to read. You guys know, don't spoil anything for One Piece ever. I pride myself on going into this blind so I can have the maximum amount of excitement. If I know what's going to happen before it happens, then it just... What happened? Did someone spoil? Okay, so here's the thing. Someone came up and posted and just talked about asking about One Piece stuff, but I didn't know what it was talking about because it was on a video for my Marvel Avengers playthrough, which I only got one more video to upload, so I didn't understand it at the time. But now that I see it here, that thought of seeing it beforehand crossed my mind. But now here's the thing. I did not know it was a spoiler, so I had no way of knowing, and I just threw it out of my mind. I don't pay attention to anything One Piece related when a chapter is coming out. But that popped up, so now that I know that this individual is kind of a little bit haphazard when it comes to doing this, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on them so that they don't try to spoil anything else. So you guys know me. I don't read scans, and I don't read these chapters early. I always read them every single Sunday that they come out. Always. That will never change. If it changes, I will make a video saying that it has changed, or I'll say it during this, but I will never read or look at scans when they're translated. It'll never happen. So for anyone out there who gets it in their mind to ask me questions about things that concern One Piece, wait until after I do a reaction. But enough on that little soapbox there. I just had to get that out because it happens. It happens. I know some people don't pay attention, and some people think that they're doing a service by asking me questions about things I don't know about One Piece before I even read it. You're not really, because I can't give you guys my honest live reaction if I know what is going to happen before I read it. So the good thing is that Kobe is so reading the positivity of Luffy. Yes, let me get off of that, and let me just go ahead and speak about this chapter. So Drake has been found out, but they don't know that he is a part of Sword. Hold on. They don't. Let's just go from the beginning. Sasaki is free, and he wants to go after Kiyoshiro. Then we see Nekomamushi and Inuarashi. They're in their Sulon forms, but we don't see it. It's still in shadow. While they're fighting Kaido up top. Then King gets this proclamation that they need to take care of the Straw Hats and keep them from getting up to the upper levels. And we need to take care of all the 5,000 intruders that have made their way into Onigashima. So while that's going on, Drake is speaking to Basil Hawkins, and it looks like he has a sense of what's going on concerning Drake, but he doesn't let on. So when they meet up with Queen, the betrayal is shown, and then Drake is literally at wit's end, where he's pretty much getting ousted out of the Toby Roppo. He's no longer you no longer can count him among Kaido's ranks right now. And he decides to just join up with Luffy. So not only do we have Luffy and Zoro, Law and Kid, but now we have Drake joining in this fight against Kaido. So the only supernovas that are missing from this overall fight is Jewelry Bonnie, Mad Monku Rouge. Capone is doing his own thing, so he can't fight him. Now, here's the thing. I'm going off the names of all the supernovas that are not there. I'm not saying that they're going to join the fight. But we don't have Mad Monku Rouge, Jewelry Bonnie, Capone, Scratchman. Scratchman, we haven't seen him. Is he still unconscious? Where is he? I haven't seen him. Did he get out? I don't remember him running anywhere. Where did he go? And then, of course, Blackbeard. But Blackbeard's a Yonko doing his own thing, so we can't count him. But we have a good majority of the worst generation joining up on one side. Who would have thought that we'd see not only Luffy, Law, Kid, Zoro, but also, and Killer as well. Luffy, Law, Kid, Killer, Zoro, and now Drake. That is 6 supernovas, all joining up on one side. Hawkins is off on Kaido's side, but who knows how much longer he's going to be over there. I don't know how much for longer, so who knows at this point. I saw another YouTuber saying that Luffy's using Gear 4th like Gear 2nd, so we can very expect a new form. Yeah, the fact that we could see him grow more and more used to using Gear 4th. Like where are Kid and Law? I want to see them in action. They're in different parts of Onigashima right now. But it didn't show them in this chapter. I think Kid is still pounding Apu's face in, possibly. But what we've noticed from Luffy using Gear 4th is the more he uses it, the less tired he has become. Now, when we saw Luffy, Law, and Kid use their abilities to destroy one of the battleships before they even got to Onigashima, Luffy went into Gear 4th form, into Gear 4th. And when he landed on that same destroyed battleship, he was in his normal form. We didn't see him huffing or puffing. He just came out of it, and he was just fine. So I feel, like you said, Karma, that the constant use of Gear 4th has made Luffy used to its drawbacks. Like using Gear 3rd before he got used to it caused him to shrink in size. And using Gear 4th before he was used to it caused him to be extremely tired and have no access to haki. Now it's gotten to the point where he can just go into Gear 4th form, into Gear 4th, and it does not bother him. So I would not be surprised if we see like a new extension of his form that pushes that to its limits. Like I said beforehand, him learning to use Ryuo haki around himself without actually being able to touch anything, I feel like he's going to be able to apply that to Gear 4th or an extension of that. And it's going to make his already formidable Gear 4th variations already substantially powerful. So we've seen Luffy come a mighty long way since first seeing this ability in Dressrosa. So Luffy's made a lot of progress, not just with, using an advanced form of armament haki, but also learning how to cope with the drawbacks of his abilities and overcoming them over time. And he's making a lot of progress. Mind you, even though it's like months at a time, it's months at a time that we go through these chapters, but it's literally weeks at most that pass within the time that we see all this stuff happening. And that shows you that Luffy is progressing at a very, very fast rate. Because it took him 2 years to get to the level of strength he's at right now, and now he's even having shorter time to get used to all these different forms. Did you see where he'll go to refer to Luffy as a wisdom king or something? A guardian deity. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of... here's the thing. I'm trying to remember what... Luffy looks like something. I don't know what he looks like. I forget what it is. It's described somewhere. But he does. He does look like especially with his whole motif that he's got going there. Yeah. I don't know what deity he looks like or is patterned off of, but it reminds me of that. Overall, great chapter. I mean, I call this a 9 out of 10 chapter. I mean, it got me out of my seat. We got Drake, of all people, joining the Straw Hats in the fight. That's a substantially powerful person because that's a dinosaur Zoan user that the Straw Hats now have on their side. One thing is certain, before the end of Act 3, there will be a death, and a very important figure at that. I can see that happening. I would not be surprised if that actually happens. Overall, though, we still need to... Here's the thing. We still need to see, like... There's some subtle nuances throughout this chapter that kind of stood out for me. Like, we see the Oniwa Banshu try and clash with the samurai, and then we see one of the members of the Oniwa Banshu looking at Fukuro Kuju, and he's just walking away. Luffy resembles the deity Ashura. That's what it was! That's what it was! Thank you! I knew it was somebody I heard of before, but I couldn't really piece it together at the time. But Fukuro Kuju's just walking away from the fight when we all know full and well that he's very capable of fighting. I wonder what that signifies. Also, we're still missing, like we see the rest of the Tobi Roppo in this chapter, but we don't actually see them doing anything. We see Ulti meet up with Page 1 because she wants to get up to the roof. And we see Black Maria, but we don't know where she's at. We don't know if she's in the pleasure hall or what. We don't know. We still haven't seen Orochi. Exactly. That's one individual that I'm still waiting to see what happens to. Because, like I said, and I keep bringing this up every time Orochi is mentioned, he's a mythical Zoan user that we never got to see the special ability for. So, I'm wondering, like, and we've all came up with a theory that maybe if he with him having multiple heads, if he cut off his head in his human form, then his Zoan form loses a head, but he can still continue on. We have yet to see if that's actually true or not, because we don't know what his special ability is as a mythical Zoan user. Off topic, but did MHA come out today? No, that actually comes out this upcoming Friday. That's a switch up from the usual norm that we get from My Hero Academia. It's actually going to be coming out this Friday, so I'll look forward to that, you guys. I'm going to definitely be doing a reaction to that. But overall, we don't know what's happening with Orochi. Like, is his body still up there in the performance platform where King and Queen are? It's a question. Also, Marco, is he still traveling with Pero? What's happening with the Charlotte children? All these are theories I have based off of things that we have seen. I'm not going to put any outlandish theories out there of information or evidence that have not been present in One Piece, because I know some people like to do that, but I don't. But with Drake joining up with Luffy, and with, if it wasn't for Kobe, if it was not Kobe coming in clutch once again, if it wasn't for Kobe putting in a good word for Luffy, then Drake would not have seen Luffy as his way out. I think Orochi dipped because there's literally nothing he could do. Nobody wants him on their side, and no one's ever going to, bow to him again. After seeing his head get cut off, no one's going to join up with him because they see Kaido is stronger. They see pretty much everyone else is stronger than Orochi. Some of them didn't even like Orochi anyway. So, why follow a person who's weak? Why follow someone who's weak and can't keep a grip on his own country? Even though it's not Orochi's country, it's just the one he was born in. It's not his. We all know it belongs to Odin and the Kozuki family. But if it wasn't for Kobe putting in a good word for Luffy, Drake would not be joining up with the Straw Hats in this fight. Who knows how long it's going to last. But overall, Luffy is an incredibly lucky person to have met all these different people from the beginning of One Piece all the way up until now. Because if he didn't meet Kobe, then Kobe wouldn't have been convinced to leave Alvida. He wouldn't have been convinced to join the Navy. He wouldn't have found himself under Garb. He wouldn't have become as strong as he has. He wouldn't have been strong. He wouldn't have become as strong as he has to be trusted enough to join the super secret group Sword, and then have such influence that he can convince someone on the caliber of Drake to just join up with Straw Hat because Kobe says that he's a cool guy. That's all it takes for Drake to say, like, Kobe vouches for you. I can't say anything about it right now, but Kobe vouched for you. Hawkins proves that he has no spine. Well, like I said, what you can see with Hawkins, he is always looking into the future. He's always getting his cards together to see what future he has, whether he has a % chance of surviving. If it's a very low chance, he's not going to take it, regardless if it makes him look like a coward or not. If it does not end with him living, he's not going to take that chance, even if he joins up with people. So, I would say, you could say Hawkins proves that he has no spine, but I see it as Hawkins knows when to move and when not to move. He waits for the opportunity. really does wait for the opportunity to move. And if he sees like a higher than 50% chance of him succeeding, then maybe he'll move. I feel like it might have to be in the like 80 range or something. But he's a wait and see type individual, even though he can kind of look into the future a little bit when it comes to his chances of surviving or chances of success. Because of these week's episode, I'm really hoping we cut back to Toko to check up on her. We haven't seen her since Yasuie, but I'm thinking she's with Yori, which is why she isn't on Onigashima. Yeah, we haven't seen much of anyone from, regular Wano, like Hiyori, or the fox that was Gyukimaru. Speaking of low chances, any wild conjecture about who only has 1% chance to live? So, like I said before, I feel like he may be talking to Luffy. He may be talking about Luffy, but that cannot be a solid, concrete theory, because he could basically mean anyone. As much as I would like to believe, and even though I said it during the reaction, as much as I would like to believe that he's only talking about Luffy, he could be talking about pretty much anyone. He could even be talking about Orochi. Has a 1% chance of surviving. Who knows? We'll have to see more context as these chapters go on. Hawkins really wants to get clapped. That's crazy. Maybe he has some hidden cards. Like, who knows? Like, who knows where his ability to see into the future comes from? Maybe. What if Hawkins has his observation hockey to the point where he has future sight as well? Ooh, that's a theory. And that's how he's always basing his chances. Like, sure, his description labels him as a fortune teller and can see into the future a little bit, but what if he's actually using future sight with observation hockey to do that? That could explain why he's able to survive most of the things that happen to him. Coupled with his, voodoo devil fruit abilities to avoid damage. What if he's actually using observation hockey to gauge how many of his little dolls he needs in his body to survive encounters? Ooh, that's an interesting theory. Love Hawkins' character. Yeah, Hawkins is a great character that has appeared in One Piece. Such was the fate of your pants. I feel like that is one of the best One Piece dub lines that they did for Hawkins when they introduced him during the Sabaody Archipelago arc. I'm getting off tangent here. But this was a great chapter. Another supernova joins the ranks with Straw Hat, even though it's a temporary alliance, and who knows where they're going to go after this entire Wano arc is finished. All I know is the Straw Hat's got a big old giant dinosaur on their side now. I say their chances of survival have gone up exponentially. That's what I think. But overall, this was a great chapter. A 9 out of 10 chapter. And the thing is, we only saw like a small glimpse of Kaido. He was just staring down all the minks. You got Jack in his mammoth form. You got the beast pirates trying to fight the minks, but failing because, they suck. Versus minks, you see the panels of them fighting, and they're all getting electrified with Electro. So the only people who are actually putting up a fight is Nangi and Jack. But you don't really see Nangi in the panels, I don't think. Well, you do in one, but he's not really fighting anybody. Then, not to mention, you got Zoro coming in clutch, and Jinbei showing off. Just like Zoro comes in and cuts the kanabo of one of the numbers. And then Jinbei catches the fallen piece with one hand, is all like, whoa, that was a close one. It's just tossing it aside, and then Luffy uses Kong Gun to beat one of the numbers, and then Drake uses Excalibur to take down another. It's like any speculation on Yamato's Devil Fruit. That's even if Yamato has a Devil Fruit. That's even if she does. Because I would actually like it if she was just pure strength. Because you don't have that many female characters in One Piece who are just straight up physically strong without the aid of a devil fruit. Like, sure, you have Boa Hancock. She's strong, but she has a devil fruit that extends her strength. Like, if she kicks you, she turns your head to stone. If she kicks you again, she's gonna kill you. Then you got Big Mom, monstrously strong, but she also has the ability of the Soul fruit, so she can do a little bit extra with that. I mean strength in you don't have an extra devil fruit that adds on top of your ability, but just straight up physical strength. And that's all. We don't have that many characters like that in One Piece. Like, we do have a few, but we don't have many female characters in One Piece where they are just pure strength without a devil fruit to go on top of it. So I would actually like if Yamato didn't have a devil fruit and she was just that strong. Also, speaking of Yamato, are we going to address her mentioning that she knows Ace? Are we going to ever address that? Because we never hear about this again. Like, she mentions Ace once, and then we don't hear about it. We have yet to hear any more about Ace at all. Can we learn the connection between these two? Like, y'all thought I forgot about that. No. Y'all don't just drop Ace's name and then just continue on the story all willy-nilly and then expect us not to acknowledge that. You can't just give us Ace's name and then not say anything about it for the rest of the arc. Can we get some context on how you know Ace? How did you come to know Ace? How did you know who Luffy was? Because Luffy is Ace's brother. How did you know this? I would like to see that. Everyone in Wano knows Ace. I don't think it's that special. Yeah, you know, Kramer, you may be right, because Ace knows Tama, and Tama could have told everyone about Ace, and that name could have gotten all around through Wano. Because, you know, it doesn't take long for information in Wano to get around. But I would like to know how Yamato knows Ace personally, though. But that's just me. Sorry if I sound like I'm rambling on a little bit, you guys. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this a little bit and kind of speculate a little bit and give some concrete, evidenced theories here and there. So that's just me. Also, this is a side thing altogether, but for any of you prospecting YouTube channels out there, there is a new form of content creators being able to, you know, gain revenue coming up soon. It is currently in closed beta right now. Only a select few people have access to it. I don't have access to it yet. But you know how, like, say for instance, right here, you guys can see right here down at the bottom, they have the whole super chat option that they normally, mind you, only have for live streams. Well, in the future, they are adding that same type of feature to regular videos. So that's going to be another way for content creators like myself, and for any of you who will have like budding channels that you're trying to grow up and, you know, trying to either turn into a full-time thing or maybe earn some scratch on the side. That's an option that's going to be coming up soon. Now, there's no concrete date of when this is going to be going into effect, but if you notice, some channels do have it here and there. Do I ever consider collabing with someone? Yes, but I'm still working on a good day to figure that out. Because since I have my Discord, I've been thinking about, like, I have like video channel, not like video channel, but voice channels where people can speak to me. But I've spoken to one of my subscribers. Like, I've actually spoken to him through Discord, and we've talked to each other for a while. And that's just one way you guys can, like, talk to me. Like, if you have, like, access to Discord and voice chat, there's an option right there for us to speak that way. So I've kind of been thinking about using that venue for, like, having, I don't know, streams where we talk about One Piece, if you guys are interested. It's something that I'm still trying to figure out. It's something that I'm still trying to figure out right now. I want to make sure that when I do it the right way. Before I start, you know, collabing with people and linking it up. But that's something that can definitely happen in the future. I just need to figure out a good time to do that. I really am trying to get this YouTube channel to the point where I can do this full time, so that way I ain't got to base around my outside work schedule around this, and this is all that I do. Like, no offense to my job. I really have no offense to it, and I'm thankful to have one, especially during these trying times where people do not have a job. But I am really looking forward to doing what I love to do for the rest of my life. Stuff that I actually enjoy. But, story for another time. But I'll be working on that whole collab thing, soon. I'm still like piecing it together and everything. Just want to make sure that people who want to join up, you guys get in contact with me. I mean, you guys have my, guys got access to my Discord. I mean, it's in the description if you guys want to join up, and we can talk that way. We can figure some things out. Get everyone scheduled together. If people who are in chat right now or in the future, if you're watching this video, want to have a day where we talk about One Piece and what we think may happen during the story and different theories and stuff like that. And mind you, when I say theories, I mean theories based on information in the chapters themselves. Not made up theories where, like, Shanks has a son or Zebek is the father of Blackbeard when there is clearly no evidence pointing to that. It's like ridiculous stuff like that. Or Whitebeard betraying the rocks to join up with Garp or anything. Stuff like that that have no evidence in the main story. I mean actual concrete theories that actually of information we know in the chapters themselves. Because I see those types of theories pop up every now and again, and they just don't make sense to me. And that's why I don't really acknowledge them, because I only acknowledge theories that make sense in the sense of the story, and they have information that points to things that we know in the story of One Piece. I know I'm going on a long-winded tangent with this, but I gotta make this clear. Theories only make sense to me when it comes to One Piece when there's information in the story itself. Zebek being the father of Teach isn't far-fetched. I'm not saying anything about that because I need concrete evidence for me to actually put that in the ballpark of my brain of, might consider that. So, that's just me. That is just me. I hope you guys understand, but that's just me. But, like I said about the whole, what the heck? Oh, I thought someone was rattling in my remote. But, about Blackbeard's ship is called Saber of Zebek or something. So, who knows his connection to Zebek? I don't know. But I don't want to start creating a whole bunch of theories without a little bit more evidence to go on. That's just me. That's just how I operate. But, the theory that drives me nuts is Shanks being evil. Stop. Just stop. Why? Shanks is by far the least bloodthirsty of the Yonkos. I love the good theories, but I also love the blind shot in the dark random conjectures too. To each their own. To each their own. But I kind of always go for the theories that points to stuff in the story. That's kind of my line of thinking. That's just my line of thinking. I can't say the same for everyone else because everyone has their way of interpreting One Piece. Shanks is evil. I mean, he's a pirate. But he's not along the same lines as Big Mom and Kaido and Blackbeard, where they don't care who they kill to get what they want. Shanks is the one who does things with the least amount of bloodshed, I would like to think. Least amount. I know Lucky Roo shot someone in the very first episode of One Piece, but I feel like Shanks is the one who would rather get things. Who would rather get things done with minimal chaos. That's how I feel. That's just me personally. But back to that whole thing that YouTube is doing. You should collaborate with Vinland de Ragnar. Sounds interesting. I'll have to see. But like I said, I'm going to be trying to work on doing these collabs at some point. I'll probably try and do one before the end of this year, at least so I can get one under my belt, see how it goes, and see where we go from there. But overall, I am very hopeful, and I'm very optimistic about this future of One Piece right now. I've been doing this for One Piece for, I want to say, 4 years. 4 years I've been doing these reactions, I believe. And I've been enjoying all of them. And I'm thankful that I've invested so much of my life into doing this, because you got to do what makes you happy. And for me to invest all this time and for you guys to consistently come back and just watch me do my voices, see my reactions, see how I respond to things that are happening in episodes, really does mean a lot to me. And it means that all that I've done all these years have not been in vain, and that I am actually capable of entertaining people. So I thank you for that. Anyone specific you want to collab with? I don't have anyone specific in mind at the moment. Like, talking to Rogers Base would be cool, but that might be a bit too far-fetched at the moment. Now, no, King of Lightning, I haven't seen any of his videos in a while. He's still doing One Piece, right? Like I said, I have not seen his video in a while, so I don't know what all he's doing. But pretty much any YouTuber out there who's been covering One Piece for a while, I wouldn't mind talking to him about it. That's just me. So I don't really have one set person in mind. I got a couple of people, but no one. Tekking is another one. Oh yeah, it would be cool to talk to him as well. I know I'm not a living encyclopedia of One Piece knowledge like he is, but I feel like I could offer something to the conversation every now and again. At least that's how I feel. But that's just me. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you going any longer, because now I got to get started on recording my reaction to the recent One Piece episode. There's no My Hero today. Also, I only have one final video for my Marvel Avengers playthrough, the finale. I'm going to be releasing that today as well, and I may play some Avengers and stream it later today as well. These are things that I got lined up. I got to do them one at a time, but I'm looking forward to doing them all. So overall, I got a busy Sunday today, but I am looking forward to it. You guys know me, I love to do this. So I'm not going to keep you guys here any longer. Thank you everyone for coming by. Thank you for helping make this channel amazing. Your contributions to this channel, whether it's just you stopping by or any other means that you guys feel free to, send my way. I'm just thankful for you guys. I really am. This channel would not be it wouldn't be as inviting. It wouldn't be as fun for people who are new here to feel comfortable with if it wasn't for people like you, putting out the good word for me and making this a welcome environment for people to come to. So I thank you, Karma, D-Train, Ozzy, CJ, Neil. Who else is in here? Vijay Mai. I want to say Vijay Mai. I want to say that Mize, Cohagen, pretty much everyone who's always coming here to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, and Collegio as well, almost forgot you, please forgive me for that. If you're new to the channel as well, I did say I was going to do this at the end, and you feel like my content was worth your time, then consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.